Okay, let's shift to personal finance, and Harshvardhan Roongta is our expert today who will take your questions. Joining us first is Dinesh Shirvaikar. He joins us from Mumbai. Dinesh, go ahead. What is your question?
Yeah, I am investing for my son's education. My son is currently 8 years old, and I expect that I will require the money in another 10 years' time. So, with that objective, I am investing in HDFC equity, 3,000 per month, IDFC Premier Equity, 3,000 per month, Tata Dividend Yield, 3,000 per month, and Goldman Sachs S&P CNX 500 fund, 2,800 per month.
Okay.
Now, is there any other fund that I should consider, or these funds will suffice going ahead?
What is the kind of amount you are looking at for education?
See, I don't have a fixed amount in mind, but I would think somewhere around 15 lakhs would be what I would look for.
Okay. Well, that's obviously an approximate target since education prices are climbing fast. Harsh, your advice?
Dinesh, the investments that you're making currently are invested into reasonably good funds. Now, if I look at your categories, you have invested into your multi-cap fund. You have an IDFC Premier Equity, which is a mid-cap and a small-cap fund. These funds are well-performing funds. They're well-managed funds, so you can surely continue to invest into these, schemes currently. Now, with regards to your target, if you have made an investment of about 7,000 rupees per month, which is just combining two schemes out of your existing 4, you will achieve your target. Even if I take a 12% CAGR on your returns for about 10 years from now. What I would suggest to you is that you have other goals in life. Your child education requirements are going to be taken care of. 15 lakhs is going to be taken care of with just 7,000 rupees a month. You could surely redirect some of your funds into mapping it with other goals in life. You could be having a loan which would likely to be repaying, or a down payment for your house, retirement expenses. So build a portfolio away from this goal now, since you are already achieving it, into another category. You could choose a fund which is a large cap in nature. Why? Because I see a lot of mid cap and a multi cap in your portfolio. Large cap is missing out of your portfolio. What you could do is invest into a large cap fund. Choose either of the two schemes which I'm just going to recommend. One is a DSP BlackRock Top 100. This is an actively managed fund. So in the sense, the fund manager is going to take the shots and he's going to going to take a call whether to buy what equities or no. Alternatively, if you do not want to take an actively managed fund, you can choose an index fund, a Franklin India index fund. This is passively managed, and it exactly replicates the Sensex. So which is that whatever the Sensex is going to do, your funds are going to do. So I think that is what is going to be recommended for you.
Well, any suggestions, Harsh, in terms of indexing all this to inflation? 15 lakh may look like a lot of money now. As we get closer, even 5 years down the line, it may not. So should Dinesh also index his savings to some kind of an inflation level, increase it by maybe 8% or 10% every year?
Well, Lata, you're right, but I'm assuming that he has taken a call of accumulating 15 lakhs after 10 years, keeping in mind the cost which is going to be after 10 years from now. If that is not the case, then the first and the prudent practice is, yes, you have to index the cost to what it is likely to be when you are going to require it and not today. So in the event, if 15 lakhs is what he is assuming to be today's cost, then certainly he is off track. He needs to inflate it and come to a realistic figure as to what it is likely to cost after 10 years from now, and then make an investment matching to that corpus requirement.
All right, Dinesh, those are the choices for you. You have to make a choice on how you are estimating your education cost 10 years down the line. If you've already inflated it, then you're fine. But if you think that inflation can still make this number look bad, then do increase your savings or your investments in these funds year to year by about 10%, 8 to 10% at least.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
I think we can go across to the other caller. Satish Tirke calls in from Jalna in Maharashtra. Hi, Satish.
हाँ बोलिए मैम.
हाय, आप बताएंगे आपका क्वेश्चन क्या है हर्ष के लिए?
मुझे मेरा पोर्टफोलियो जानना था.
हाँ,
तो इन्वेस्टमेंट करनी थी मुझे.
आप बता सकते हैं आपके करंट इन्वेस्टमेंट्स क्या है, आपका गोल क्या है, टाइम होराइजन?
मुझे 15 साल में 70 लाख तक रुपए चाहिए और मेरा जो इन्वेस्टमेंट है अभी का वो है 50,000 पीपीएफ में है मेरे अभी। ये साल से ही शुरू किया। उसके बाद में SBI का स्मार्ट फार्मर करके एक प्लान लेने वाला है, वो उसका प्रीमियम है 50,000। वो 5 साल तक कंटिन्यू करना है मुझे।
50,000 पर ईयर है, हर साल आपको 50,000 देना है।
हाँ हाँ। एक साल के बाद एक बहन की शादी भी है मेरी, वो उसका भी खर्चा है।
और आपकी कोई इंश्योरेंस है?
इंश्योरेंस नहीं है मैडम मुझे।
अच्छा हर्ष, व्हाट्स द रिकमेंडेशन दैट यू विल गिव सतीश?
Well, see, he is requiring a corpus of about 70 lakhs in the next 15 years. So I'm taking two scenarios, assuming that he is able to generate about 12% returns on his equity portfolio. He would require to invest. He would reach a target of about 60 lakhs with an investment of 12,000 rupees a month. Now, if he were to assume a 15% CAGR, then he would reach about 70 lakhs that he's aspiring to achieve after about 15 years from now. Now, he mentioned that he's making investments into PPF, which is nice, and I would recommend that he continues putting money into PPF. He's also making some investments into insurance policies, which is going to continue for 5 years. That is what he just mentioned. Well, not knowing the details of his insurance policy in particular, I would recommend that at the moment continue because he's already made payments into it. Coming back to the 12,000 that he needs to make per month to achieve his target, I recommend that he breaks this investments into 4 different funds, which I'm going to just recommend. One he could choose is an HDFC equity fund in which he can invest 4,000 rupees. The other 4,000 rupees again he can invest into an IDFC Premier Equity Fund, 4,000 into UTI Dividend Yield Fund, and the final 4,000 into an index fund. With this, he will have a good, well-performing, capitalized funds into his portfolio, and over a period of 15 years, he will surely reach close to his target, assuming that we are expecting a return between 12 and 15%. Now, one thing very important that I would like to make a mention is that we see, and we now currently we are looking at a portfolio that, okay, fine, if you're making an investment of an X amount over a period of time, I will achieve my target. The biggest challenge that any investor is going to face is the ability to continue for the next 15 years. Now, that is my message, so that I would want to give all investors that we start with a very noble intention that we will continue for 15 years. We choose 4 or 5 well-performing funds. We review them after a particular time. But what happens is we fail to continue it for the next 15 years. Unless you do not continue and for the desired period that you wish to invest for, you will not achieve your target. So मेरी सलाह आपके लिए सतीश जी यही है कि आप इन फंड्स में इन्वेस्ट करना शुरू करिए। उससे ज्यादा आप ये ध्यान रखिए कि आप नेक्स्ट 15 इयर्स तक जरूर ये इन्वेस्ट करें, तभी जाके आपका टारगेट पूरा होगा। सो दैट इज व्हाट आई वुड लाइक टू से टू हिम।
ठीक है सतीश,
ओके गो अहेड।
ना सतीश, तो ये आपके लिए एडवाइस है। जस्ट एक बार वापस आपको फंड्स बताती हूँ। HDFC इक्विटी फंड, IDFC प्रीमियर इक्विटी फंड, UTI डिविडेंड यील्ड फंड और फ्रैंकलिन इंडिया इंडेक्स फंड, इन सब में आप 4-4 हजार हर महीना डाल सकते हैं। थैंक यू फॉर कॉलिंग।